another video, guys. Yes, I'm driving my Audi R8 down some country lanes, which is not ideal. The road surfaces in England are pretty terrible, so you may notice a bit of a squeak in the middle here, in the middle console. Pretty annoying. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's going to be one of those things, trying to eradicate that. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but what a car this is. You can have it in auto and it's just nice and quiet, easy going, and then you can put it in manual mode and it's a beast. It completely changes the dynamic of the whole car, and for that reason, that's why it's got a reputation as being such a usable supercar, because it's not ridiculous, in your face, loud all the time like a Lambo would be, or a McLaren, and it's kind of subtle, quiet enough to go through a village without annoying everyone. But then you drop it back a few gears like that and give it some beans. Having the paddles instead of a manual shift down here, obviously that's a main debate. Everyone rates manual so highly, as do I, but just having the paddles up here just makes sense in something like this. I don't know, maybe it's because I've brought up with manuals. Everyone in England drives a manual car, like smaller engine manual cars, more economical, like Ford Fiesta I had, Volkswagen Golf, I had all these, Honda Civic, all these manual cars. So a manual, yes, if you're buying a sports car, you're at one with the machine and everything like that, but I just don't think it's necessary to have a good car and to be sporty. I definitely feel like I can embrace the manual shifts up here on the paddles. I love it, and yeah, I don't feel any more detached from the vehicle because I'm changing gears at the steering wheel. It just feels more natural anyway. Of course, I still appreciate the manual. I'm not saying manuals are no good or anything ridiculous like that. I love my cousin's V8 Vantage in manual. That suits it. It's a sporty GT car, and you know, the gear shift is nice, gear shift, solid, heavy. But this just suits this. It's well refined. That's another thing that people don't like about the R8, is they reckon the auto box shift is so bad. But like many people say, actually, also, that you do get used to it, and after like 24 hours of driving this, I managed to be able to change gear very smoothly in auto, and it's even easier and better in manual mode. I just feel in the auto, you just got to, if you're caning it along, you just got to lift off a tiny bit for a split second. Yeah, and then it changes very smoothly, so it's not too hard. You just don't keep your foot planted the whole time. Inside, it's convertible, but there's not too much road noise, I don't feel. And as I said in my previous video, it means you can hear that V10 better. Sounds so good. I don't know if it's just the V8 that people complain aren't noisy enough, but yeah, the V10 definitely hits a sweet spot. I love being able to put the window down at the back here. You get all the sounds of the engine with hardly any of the wind. This thing pulls so hard, it's amazing. One of my favourite things to do, even in the Jag, is just going from a motorway or highway onto a roundabout and then exiting it back onto that same motorway. It's my favourite thing. It's so much better than standing start, in my opinion. You just potter along, get around the roundabout, and then just put your foot down, hoof it on the other side. So much fun, this thing. And just like that, you're at that national speed limit. But it's bloody fun getting there. Everyone that goes on about not being able to use your car properly, what's the point if it does 500 miles an hour? Doesn't matter. It's fun getting from 0 or 20 to 70. And I cannot wait to take this to the Autobahn. Germany next year, I'm coming for you. As far as ride comfort, I feel it's pretty perfect. It's special enough to feel you're in something sporty, but it's not too hard that it's breaking your back. These seats support you so nicely. Yeah, just the lumbar support and everything. Of course, by comparison, my Jag is very comfortable, but it's not supportive. Whereas these are nice old Saab with the 3-spoke rims. That's nice. Never gets old, that acceleration, and the sound, so good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the comfort. Yeah, I think it's a happy medium of, you know, it's a sporty vehicle. The chassis seems so firm and awesome chassis, and you got a lot of confidence in the way it sits on the road. Although I haven't pushed it yet, I've still been easing into it. I've done about 300 odd miles in it, but I would really like to go to a skid pan or something just to actually test the edge, because, you know, as I'm sure most of you know, that all-wheel drive is great to a point, and then when you lose the grip, it's no warning and you lose the whole vehicle. So unlike two-wheel drive where you can kind of find the edge a bit, unless you're in a twin-turbo BMW M6 or something, and then it's just crazy all the time. But yeah, I'm so happy with this vehicle. It's so good, it's so much fun. And I'm going to approach a tunnel soon, so hopefully I'll get some nice exhaust sounds. Righto. That's better. Also, another thing I love about this is it has a little bit of presence in that it's quite a big car, and you know, it's a convertible as well, so it just kind of stands out a little bit, but it's just not obnoxious. It's not a big red Lambo, which I completely see the attraction for, but I just don't think it's suited to my personality, and I can't afford one either, so maybe that's a large part of that. But people who know what it is look and recognise it, and I think enjoy and don't judge too much. But people that don't really know, it's just a Audi A5 convertible or an Audi TT, you know, so it's just not too dramatic in that sense. But when you put it into manual mode and sports mode, which I forgot to put in. It can be quite dramatic on tap, you know. Open that tab and then let that V10 sing up to 8,000 or 8,500 RPM. Not that I've done that too many times. Trying to treat it with some respect. But it's just awesome, and I think to come back to England and drive my Jaguar as a daily and then have this for road trips and everything, it's going to be the sweet spot of vehicles, and I'm just so happy. And yeah, I can't believe I keep pinching myself that this has happened. And the R8 wasn't necessarily on my radar as something I was going to buy. Obviously I researched for a couple of months that I was going to, but before that it just wasn't really on my radar because of just not having that dreamy desirability. But in the same way, you don't know what a vehicle's like until you drive it, and the same thing as if you haven't seen it in person either. Of course, I knew it's an amazing car. I watched so many car reviews and everything. I know what it's all about, but just looks wise didn't quite have that desirability that something like a Ferrari or Lambo might have. And yeah, ultimately I'm not in a position to get either of those, so I thought the next best thing is a nice stepping stone, which is what this is. And even if it ends up not being a stepping stone and this is the best car I ever have, that's amazing, and I would have had this R8 and I'm content with that as well, up to a point. Obviously wouldn't be content if I then want to buy something else after, but if I only can ever have this and I have the memories of having this vehicle, then that's good enough for me. It's just a whole nother level. I skipped about 5 levels from the Jag to this. A nice lazy Jaguar 2001 XKR, nice floating suspension, nice comfy seats, really set up high visibility, to this sharp, low down, punchy, torquey V10 engine. It's epic, seriously. If you can rent one for the day, it is quite expensive. I did look at that as part of justifying having a car in England when I live in Australia that I don't get to use very much. But if you can rent one for the day, I saw it for like $6.50 a day or something, but you'll have an absolute blast. So much fun. Time to enjoy the sunshine a bit. This is a whole theatre in itself, and loads of moving parts, which I'd hate to imagine how much it costs if they go wrong, and fault finding as well. Boom, and you're done. You can do that while you're moving, I think up to 40 miles an hour perhaps. I did it at 30 the other day. Another thing people wouldn't like with this is the fact that it's convertible, but as I said in the previous video, I don't rate the looks of the R8 that much anyway, so I don't think it's taking too much away from it. I'm not saying it's an ugly car at all. In person it looks amazing. I don't think it photographs particularly well, but so sacrificing the looks a tiny bit by having a convertible instead of a coupe for all that freedom of driving. So underrated, convertibles. There's all the stereotypes about convertible drivers, blah blah blah, which is just stupid, dumb stuff. If you haven't driven one, don't have an opinion on it, really. It's just, you're so free. That's why everyone drives a motorbike, obviously because of their excessive speed, but also because of the freedom of it. It's the full experience, having no roof. Seriously, it's just so good. I wasn't searching for one specifically. The first one I went and looked at was a coupe, so I could have ended up with a coupe if it was in better condition, but I decided against that one. main things for me. It just had to be the V10. That's all I cared about. Another thing to talk about with the rigidity of having a convertible, I think those days are pretty much over, unless you get a really badly designed car. Of course, it used to be that if it was convertible, not having the roof, it wouldn't be as solid. Same way as a house. A house's roof actually helps the whole rigidity of a house. But they've engineered that out. The chassis is or the frame is so secure and solid, and this is a special aluminium one for the convertible, I believe. So, you know, the flexibility in the vehicle, because it's not got that roof, just doesn't exist anymore. Not that I care too much. If it's going to take half a second off your lap time off the Nürburgring, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Right, let's go back to that tunnel again with the roof off. These fast sweeping roads, so much fun. I've just come out of the town, nice and quiet through the town. Now give it some gasoline. If you're thinking about getting an R8 and you can get the V10, do it. But if you can't get the V10, you can only get the V8, or that's your preference, then do it. You'll have so much fun, you won't be disappointed. Puts a smile on my face every time I come back to it. So lucky to have this car. I haven't forgotten I have a Jag, and I'm lucky to have that too. Little nod from the MR2. Well, this is bittersweet for me. Pretty sweet. This is the last day I'm gonna be able to drive my car, because I've got to take it to the storage place today. So yes, it's gonna be 9 months without seeing it now. It's bittersweet, but that's the situation. For me to have this, I have to be in Australia. So that's it, my last drive. I just want to keep on driving it all the time, any excuse. Who is the stupidest and luckiest guy in the whole world? That would be me. I've just driven 3 miles retracing my steps to try and find my GoPro that I put on the back of my car. Guess where it is? In the lay-by, not in 15 pieces. Oh my god, I cannot believe that happened. I cannot believe I didn't secure it properly. I cannot believe it's not smashed to pieces on the road, which wouldn't have been the worst case scenario, because I could have taken the memory card out at least, hopefully. But I can't believe someone could have picked it up and then I would never find it again, even if they hadn't stolen it, because they would have handed it in somewhere to get reported or something. But yeah, I cannot believe how lucky I am with that. Whew. I really thought it vibrated off somewhere else, but it literally fallen off exactly where I put it on. There's a bit of vibration in the back of the Audi, but on the bumper, but it's not that bad. That's where I had it, on the side here. first rule of YouTube is continuity, and not getting a haircut in between creating the content and recording the content. I don't play by the rules though. I don't want to say goodbye to the car. I just want to keep driving it forever. Driving down these lovely country lanes during the day when everyone's at work, so the roads aren't too busy. Sun's out, roof's down. That's what life's all about. Just relaxing. Ah! There's a big truck coming now. Luckily the verges have been dry for a while, so